Marcus Aurelius quotes, "Not to be driven this way or that, but always to behave with justice and see things as they are." The mind is the ruler of the soul. It should remain unserved by agitations of the flesh, gentle and violent ones alike, not mingling with them, but fencing itself off and keeping those feelings in their place. When they make their way into your thoughts, through the sympathetic link between mind and body, don't try to resist the sensation. The sensation is natural, but don't let the mind start in with judgments, calling it good or bad. Not to live as if you had endless years ahead of you. Death overshadows you, while you're alive and able to be good. Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved, and the raging of the sea falls still around it. Concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice, and on freeing yourself from all of the distractions. Yes, you can, if you do everything as if it were the last thing you're doing in your life, and stop being angry. Stop letting your emotions fall in line with your mind. Stop being difficult. Stop being irritable. You see how few things you can do to the silent and reverent. If you can manage this, that's all you want to have. Or think, or do. Only what you not to be distracted by the darkness, to run suicide and swerve. No matter what anyone says, our is to be good. Like gold, carefully repeating to itself. No matter what anyone says or does, my task is to be emerald, my color undiminished. You've given aid and aid received, and yet like an idiot, you keep holding on to more. Celebrate with a good deed, to be repaid in time. Do external things distract you, and make time for yourself to learn something worthwhile. Stop letting yourself be pulled in all directions. But make sure you guard against the other kind of confusion. People who labor all their lives, but have no purpose to direct every thought towards or wasting their time, even when
Me
hard.
and Daniel just got back from voting today. Me and Daniel did. I met Sergio today at old boxing gym over by across the street from Travis Air Force Base. Where you enter Travis Air Force Base, go across.
As in the nature of
You got
itself,
gas station stuff over there, subway.
just as nature.
You got old school boxing.
Every impediment.
I met the guy today, this morning, me and Daniel both. His name's Sergio. And it's kind of, once again, it's kind of ironic today. I've been telling my roommate, I always tell him things, and it's not like he did never not believe me, but it just feels good that now he's hearing all these things from my cousins, and my cousin Robert when he first met him, my cousin Remy at his house when we were all talking in the kitchen. Yeah, Ron, one thing about Ron, he had power, you know what I'm saying? Ron is beam, and he hit my beam, can't drop it, beam, but when that fat, he's knocking, you know, shit like that. With Chico, when I boxed in Chico, I got hit by the driver,
why all this
drunk driver, right before I was supposed to fight at that tournament in 07, that Celebration of Life tournament for Diego Chico Corrales. That year I was supposed to box. You know what I'm saying? I fought before that, but I lost to Mario Hernandez. You feel me? And a little fight between me and Joe in our gym. And I dropped him though, he turned pro. You feel me? So, you know, I brought that up. And I'm at Sergio, I'm bringing up Vic. And the reason why I know Sergio wasn't pulling my leg, number one, is because he was telling me, when I told him who my first boxing coach was, he goes, Vic. I go, Vic. He's a UPS driver now, for UPS trucks, right? He goes, before I said that, he was like, Vic. He was Vic. But way back in the early 90s, back when like 15, 16 years old, he had a boxing gym over there on North Texas Street, that kind of thing. And it used to be, it's a dollar store now by the Burger King, behind Burger King on North Texas Street here in Fairfield. It's a dollar store now. It used to be a Gold's Gym. You feel me? It used to be a Gold's Gym. You know what I'm saying? And they had a boxing gym inside the Gold's Gym weightlifting place. Vic ran the boxing. Well, guess what? Vic was my first boxing coach, and come to find out, Sergio trained Vic. And he just told me that, he goes, oh yeah, the reason why I know he's not pulling my leg, and he's the right people we're talking about. Number one, he also brought the UPS truck driving thing too, which is what Vic does now. He also brought up one key element that Vic has always done, and he still does it to this day. Even when he saw me at Kings of Auto when I was staying there, he's a UPS truck driver now. He also saw me at my brother Weezy over at Sister House when Weezy was there. I brought that up even then. And we was at his sister Bonnie house around the way, whatever, you know. He came up in the UPS truck. I go, truck driver. I said, even then, that's my first boxing coach. That's Vic. Well, anyway, he brought up one key element about Vic. Vic always talking about God. He's really religious. And he was talking about he was kind of too religious. And he trained Vic. And what's more ironic, when me and Daniel jumped back in the car, and when we actually got gas and we ran to that old school boxing guy, then we went to my appointment in Vacaville, right? When we did that, it brought to my attention his voice and his face, because he's older now, of course. I think he already trained me before somewhat for only about a month or two. When he was, I think he was working like a co-trainer at George's Dukes in Vacaville. I think that's Sergio, because me and my cousin Robert McCormick went to go train there in Vacaville at George Dukes. I remember me and my cousin running up the hill, and I got hella tired. I was like, man, I ain't going up that hill no more. He said, come on, Cruz. I said, man, fuck what. He was like, man, I gotta get up this hill. That time, I think that's the dude that was training me and Robert. His name's Sergio. He's been training boxers for 54 years. Sergio, and I met him today. But I think I already met him before in the past when I was at George Dukes. But I wasn't at George Dukes that long though. I was only at George Dukes for a couple months, if that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't even really ever bring up George Dukes. I wasn't really there like that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can walk in out of a gym. I'm talking about, when I talk about boxing, I'm talking about really there. You know what I'm saying?
Even if the body is attached to the stab or burn.
So that was cool.
Or treating with cuts or consumer.
He knew Jacob Durant. I told him about Jacob Durant training me. I had a gym, and he goes, you know, you had a kickboxing gym. I go, Daniel, what did I always tell you? And then he goes, oh shit. He goes, Ronnie always tells me that. I go, what do I always say? He had a gym over there. Everybody, it was a kickboxing gym, and he also trained boxers there. It was called ASK Kickboxing. That was Jacob Stitch Durant's gym. That was my second boxing coach, and he knew Jacob. And everybody knows Jacob now, but you know what I'm saying. But he knew Jacob. He was bringing up stuff. He goes, yeah, he had a gym over here, a kickboxing gym. I go, see, what I kickboxing gym, kickboxing gym. I'm like,
if it's not true,
yeah, see,
say,
there you go.
that's your intent.
I trained with Jacob Durant for a long time. Yeah, the kickboxing. Kickboxing. I can't even. I can't even shoot with boxing.
But it makes no difference.
But I did do some kickboxing there for a little bit, but not like that though. At Jacob's gym. It was called ASK Kickboxing.
It's called it that. They need to have a coach what to do.
Matter of fact, when I was talking to Sergio, I was already recording in the car with Daniel. I'm about to go right up on Travis Air Force Base and say hi, give us food to the American.
Justice is to do yourself injustice.
Right?
It degrades.
Out of respect for my grandfather, Roy Perry, who served honorably in World War II. My mom's dad, Roy Holly Perry. He's buried out here. If you Google him, Roy Perry, Roy H. Perry, Roy Holly Perry, or Roy H. Perry, 85, like 85 years old. It comes up and he's buried here, Fairfield Sassoon Cemetery, out here in Fairfield, California, with my grandmother, his wife, Mildred O. Perry. Mildred Olita Perry, which is my grandmother's maiden name is Mildred Olita Gooding. My mom's mom and dad. They live at 2924 Candleberry Way. 2924 Candleberry Way. 2924 Candleberry Way. Right by Jesus Park.
Or witness. Careful. Without requiring or serenity supplied. To stand still, not still.
Matter of fact,
think of yourself.
When I was talking, I met Sergio today.
Live your life.
I had the video camera on when I was about to go by Air Travis Air Force Base. I forgot to turn it off. He had pulled up. I was doing a little video. I thought it went off, but it didn't. So you hear the conversation.
Graceful.
You know about Jacob Durant, Vic, all that, which is probably makes it even more better, I guess. But yeah. Feeling good morning this morning. All positive though.
Not to assume it's impossible. But to recognize that if it's human, practice really clearly. See your best because you start from high. You don't have to learn it because you have to.
If I do get accepted to fight on that car on YouTube, we need a gym to train that for sparring. And you know,
don't be put off by other people.
Intensive sparring. We need a gym.
If it's right to say.
Either that or JL Boxing Club.
And it's the right thing.
Right around the corner from you.
Say. You always don't say their own move. Follow their own move. Serve the distraction. Keep walking. Follow your own mate. And follow it. Everywhere at each moment, bed that you live in. The truth is perfect, the approach to thought is perfect, so that nothing irrational creeps in. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, people are merry and grateful, arrogant, dishonest, and serve. They are like this, because it has from good from evil. But I have seen the beauty
Oh boy.
and the ugliness,
Oh.
and have recognized that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own, not of the same blood or birth, but the same mind, and possessing the share of the divine. And so none of them can hurt me. No one can implicate me in ugliness,